It's time for the Great British Debate this hour, and I'm asking, have you lost faith in the government spending taxpayers' money? The Chancellor is under pressure to cut taxes in the budget this Wednesday. Speaking on GB News this morning, Jeremy Hunt warned that he wouldn't be including gimmicks and insisted that instead would focus on a long-term plan for growth. But with the economy in recession and the tax burden at record levels, many are questioning the Chancellor's decision. So for the Great British Debate this hour, I'm asking, have you lost faith in the government spending of taxpayers' money? Joining me now to discuss, political commentator Peter Spencer, former advisor to the Bank of England Dr Roger Kewald, social commentator Jim Dale and businessman Adam Brooks. Well, I'm going to start with you, Roger Kewald.
Long ago, I lost confidence in how they were collecting tax, the rationale behind it, and certainly how they're spending the money. Probably the biggest waste of money recently was the whole Lindsay Hoyle debate and fracas in Parliament to decide on a statement, basically a mission statement that nobody in the war overseas was going to pay any attention to in the first place. We have so many problems in this country that those politicians could have addressed. It's very disappointing.
Very disappointing indeed. OK, Peter Spencer.
Well, the question of whether voters have lost faith in the British government to deliver, to repay them for their taxes, I think is an absolute no-brainer. I mean, I don't think most people follow the minutiae of the Office for Budget Responsibility, the Institute for Fiscal Management, and so on and so forth, saying to Jeremy Hunt, look, I'm sorry, my old Chinese sums simply don't add up. But what people, I think, are very well aware of is the fact they're shelling out shed loads in taxes and they're getting in return perpetual queues for hospital treatment, sending their kids to schools where the roofs are caving in and driving around on cars on roads that are riddled with potholes. And therefore, I can't help but think a brutal quote from Jim Callaghan all those years ago when he could see
he's actually
Sorry, Peter, we're just struggling with your audio. I can't quite make out what's going on there. We're struggling with your audio, Peter. So we'll try and fix that. I'm going to come to Adam Brooks.
That's all right.
Well, look, again, we spoke about tax earlier. I'm paying more tax than anyone really has in decades, or we, as the taxpayer, are paying more tax than we have in decades. And our money is being sent to Ukraine without asking us. Our money is being spent, billions is being spent on net zero, nut zero, without asking us. Our roads and our infrastructure is collapsing. If I want to get a doctor's appointment, it's a struggle. So what are we getting for our money? Things have got to change. This country is broken at the moment. We certainly are living in broken Britain.
Seems to be they seem to have a lot of money, but they don't seem to be spending it well at all. Jim Dale.
Yeah, there's a threat here that we might all agree, which will be something, won't it? Look, the polls are out there. The people are speaking. They put the Tories right down around 20%. They're a busted flush. The brand is trashed. Everything they touch, it's almost like the Midas touch in reverse. It turns to something else. You can go across most of the subjects that are out there, and it's the same. And that is what people are actually seeing and feeling. And by the way, the net zero thing, put it to the people any day of the week. It won't be a problem because most people do understand the reasons and why, and wait for the summer and you'll see it.
But again, our taxes are going, many millions a day are going on illegal immigrants to be put up in hotels, fed, get free healthcare, when hard-working people of this country are not getting anything back either. So something has broken, and it's not going to be that Labour are going to be the saving grace here. I think illegal immigration is going to be worse under Labour. The net zero policy is going to be turbocharged under Keir Starmer. We're in a mess, and I can't see us getting out of it at all.
Roger Kewald.
Well, I think the net zero and the Ukraine are issues, whereas Mr. Dale said there's arguments on both sides. I think the immigration in the fancy four-star hotels is something that hasn't been dealt with properly. But basically, it's that the government, and Rishi in particular, made 5 promises, none of which they've met. They're becoming an endangered species. I think that Galloway's victory I mean, our politicians, Rishi and Starmer, they're weak and they're wet. Galloway's strong. That's why he won. I think his victory actually inures to the benefit of Rishi, and I'm afraid Jeremy Hunt as well, in that having split Labour, I think voters are going to have to go to the Tories despite the dissatisfaction with the government.
Yes, Peter Spencer.
To try to conclude what I was going to be saying, it's a rueful quote from Jim Callaghan when he could see Margaret Thatcher looming over the horizon, and he said, "There are times in politics when there is a sea change, at which point the public has made up its mind what it wants and what it approves of, and at that point it makes no difference what you say or what you do."
Yes, interesting. All right, well, coming to you then, Peter Spencer. So have we lost faith? Have you lost faith in the government spending your money? Yes or no?
You're asking me?
Yeah, final, yes or no?
Oh, yeah, completely.
Yeah, Jim Dale, yes or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Alan Brooks?
Yes.
And also Roger Keywold?
Absolutely.
Oh, crikey. Yes, a clean sweep. Anybody at home who thinks otherwise, please get in touch, because we'll struggle with this.